How's it going? Today I want to tell you guys about the entire list of all the confirmed Pokemon for Legends ZA, and this means all the Pokemon that we've seen on the official website, trailers, everything in between. Let's get started right away. Now, keep in mind this list is going to contain Pokemon up to about like 306 total that I've been able to count together. Now, please remember, this list contains also Mega Evolutions and regional variants, and there's certain Pokemon we can't include because we haven't necessarily seen them, whereas other Pokemon we can include because we've either seen their Mega or we've seen their first stage evolution, so most likely they will be in here. So please keep that in mind, but we have about 306 Pokemon plus Megas and also regional forms all at once. So starting things off, we have, of course, the entire evolutionary line from Generation 1 Kanto. So that means we've got Bulbasaur, Charmander, and of course, Squirtle. Yeah, you got the general boys, right? Which means, yes, Mega Charizard X and Y are in the game. We already know this. Followed by that, we have the Weedle line that includes Kakuna, Beedrill, and Mega Beedrill are also in the game. But it doesn't end there. We've got Pidgey, Pidgeotto, and Pidgeot as well, followed as well, of course, by the Mega Pidgeot, because then that is there. Followed by Ekans and Arbok, which are in the game too. Pikachu obviously is in the game with Raichu, but it doesn't end there. We've also seen Alolan Raichu confirmed to be in the game, as well as, of course, the reveal of the Mega Raichu X and the Mega Raichu Y. However, Raichu X and Y are not going to be available in the base game of the game, so that's something that you'll only be able to get in the DLC, which is another topic to talk about in a separate video, because that's an entirely different can of worms we'll get into. However, following that on the list, we have Clefairy, Clefable, followed by Abra and its entire evolutionary line, including, of course, Mega Alakazam. Followed by that, we have Machop, Machoke, and Machamp. Followed by that, of course, we have Bellsprout, all the way up to Victory Bell, where we now also do have Mega Victory Bell included too. Following that, we have Slowpoke, but also confirmation of Slowpoke's Galarian form being in the game as well. Following that, of course, we do have Slowbro and Mega Slowbro as well, including also Galarian Slowbro. So that's an entire 5 Slowbros that are in the game. Following that, we have Ghastly Haunter, of course, Gengar and Mega Gengar in the game too. Onix is in the game, and I think we've also seen Steelix, but it is separate, and we'll mention it when we get to it. However, do have Kangaskhan, we have Mega Kangaskhan, we have Staryu, Starmie, Scyther, Pinsir, and Mega Pinsir. Following that, we do have Magikarp, Gyarados, and Mega Gyarados is confirmed to be in the game too. And of course, we have the entire, I think, evolutionary line. Everything up until Sylveon should be in the game. But on this list, Eevee, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon are confirmed, followed by Aerodactyl and, of course, Mega Aerodactyl. Let's not forget that. Including also then we have Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite, and a brand new Mega Dragonite as well. Following that, though, we do have Chikorita, Bayleaf, Meganium, Totodile, Crocodile, and Feraligatr, which are, of course, 2 of the starter Pokemon for this game, followed by Spinarak and Ariados. Pichu is also in here, so there are a few baby Pokemon, as well as Cleffa. We do have the Mareep line, so Flaffy, Ampharos, and Mega Ampharos as well. Espeon, Umbreon, Slowking, Galarian Slowking, as well as Steelix, and of course, here it is, Mega Steelix, like I mentioned earlier. Scizor and Mega Scizor are in the game as well, including also Heracross and Mega Heracross, and then Skarmory. And do remember, we do have a leak that confirmed there will be a Skarmory Mega Evolution, so technically you could include that on the list too. Just please keep that in mind. Following that, though, we have Houndour, and since we have Houndour, we should also have Mega Houndoom. Following that, we have Larvitar, Pupitar, Tyranitar, and of course, Mega Tyranitar. Now we're getting into some of the Gen 3 Pokemon. In this case, we've got Trico, Grovyle, Sceptile, and of course, Mega Sceptile, Torchic, Combuskin, Blaziken, Mega Combuskin. Of course, we have Mudkip, Marshtomp, Swampert, Mega Swampert, and Ralts. Those are all in there. Following those, we have Kirlia and Ralts, as well as Gardevoir and Mega Gardevoir. We got Sableye and Mega Sableye, Mawile and Mega Mawile, Aron, Lairon, Aggron, Mega Aggron. All in there. Meditite and its evolutionary line, including the Mega Medicham, are in the game too. Electrike, Manectric, and Mega Manectric. Again, Gen 3 Pokemon for the most part here. All these Megas are Gen 3 Megas from Oras, so of course we're gonna have those in the game. It's kind of evident. Roselia is in the game too, as well as Carvanha, Sharpedo, and Mega Sharpedo, including as well Numel, Camerupt, and Mega Camerupt in the game too. Swablu, Altaria, Mega Altaria are in there too, and then we have, of course, Barboach, followed by its evolution Whimscash, as well as Shuppet, Banette, Mega Panette, and Absol. I mean, come on, Absol and its Mega Evolution have been promoted pretty much throughout the entirety of this cycle, I would say. We've been seeing it in the Mega trailer and the gameplay and stuff, so there's obviously going to be there. Snorunt, Glalie, Mega Glalie, followed by Bagon, Shelgon, Salamence, and Mega Salamence too. Beldum is in the game too, as well as Metang, Metagross, and Mega Metagross. Makes sense. Again, same thing there. It's a lot of Gen 3 Pokemon. But now we start getting into some of the Gen 4 Pokemon where we haven't seen the starters confirmed just yet, but we do have some Gen 4 Pokemon like Badoo, Roserade. We got Baneri, Lopunny, and Mega Lopunny, as well as Gible, Gabite, Garchomp, Mega Garchomp, Riolu, Lucario, Mega Lucario, and then we get into, I think this is where like Gen 4 should be, you know, like almost like, actually no, we have a few more Gen 4 Pokemon. We have Hippopotas, Hippowdon, Snover, Abomasnow, Mega Abomasnow, Leafeon, Glaceon, Gallade, Mega Gallade, Frostlass. Now we get to Gen 5. So Gen 5 kicks off with, of course, Tepig, another one of the starter Pokemon for this game in particular, with, of course, its evolutions, Pignite, Emboar. And please remember that we do know that all three of the starters are going to get Megas, so you can already add in here Mega Emboar. That's something that's been confirmed by the leaks. We pretty much know it's going to be happening, and it would be really weird if the game didn't have them. So just remember that, you know, you're going to have Mega Meganium, Mega Feraligatr, and Mega Emboar as well. Following that, though, we have Patrat and Watchog. Those two are in the game, of course. We have Pansage, Simisage, Pansear, Simisear, and then we, of course, have the final one, which is Panpour and Simipour. Following that, though, we have more Gen 5 Pokemon, that being Drillbur and Excadrill. Next, we have Audino and Mega Audino, Venipede, Whirlipede, and Scolipede. Just a big information here, Scolipede is also supposed to have a Mega according to the leaks, so just remember that too. Sandile, Krokorok, and Crocodile are also in here. Scraggy and Scrafty, followed also by potentially a Mega Scrafty, which we've heard about, so that's also just something to remember. We do also have Trubbish and Garbodor. We saw those, I think that was something like the first Pokemon we saw in one of the first trailers that actually revealed the game. We also have Emolga, Tynamo, Electric, and Electros, and we do also know that there's supposed to be an Electros Mega, so there's that too. Followed by Litwick, Lampent, and Chandelure, which is also supposed to have a Mega. And then, of course, we have Stunfisk, followed by Chespin, Quilladin, Chestnut, and Mega Chestnut, which got revealed. We have Fennekin, Braixen, Delphox, and Mega Delphox, again, that was revealed. Froakie, Frogadier, Greninja, and Mega Greninja, again, was revealed. Followed by Bunnelby, Diggersby, Fletchling, Fletchinder, Talonflame. I'm still surprised Talonflame's not getting a Mega, but that's unfortunate. Scatterbug, Spupa, Vivillon, of course, has multiple forms. Just remember that. There's going to be multiple patterns of Vivillon, so just something to keep in mind. Then we have Litleo, Pyroar, followed by Flabebe, Floette, and of course, let's not forget that Eternal Floette, or AZ's Floette, is also in here as a separate form. Followed, of course, also by Florges. We do have Skiddo and Gogoat, Pancham, Pangoro. We have all the different forms of Furfrou, so the natural form, the Heart Trim, Star Trim, Diamond Trim, Debutante Trim, Matron Trim, Daddy Trim, Lorraine Trim, Kabuki, and Pharaoh Trim. So you have a lot of options there in case you want to get all of them. Followed by, of course, Esper, and then, of course, the two male and female forms of Meowstic. Then we have Honedge with Doublade and Aegislash. I think Aegislash is one of those Pokemon. I don't know if it's going to get a Mega or not. Maybe in a DLC if we're lucky. Followed by Spritzy and then Aromatis, followed then by Swirlix and Slurpuff, and then also, of course, we have Inkay, Malamar, and the brand new Mega Malamar. Then we have Binacle and Barbaracle. Now, Barbaracle has been said to also be getting a Mega, so that's another one to remember. There will be a Mega for that most likely. Skrelp and Dragalge also there. Dragalge is supposed to get a Mega, so just keep that in mind too. Clauncher, Clawitzer, then we got Helioptile, Heliolisk, Tyrant, Tyrantrum, Amaura. I always screw up the name here. I'm so sorry. Aurorus as well. There you go. And then Sylveon, of course, is there. Then we have Hawlucha and brand new Mega Hawlucha. Dedenne, Carbink, Goomy, Sligo, and of course Goodra. We do also have Hisuian Sligo and Hisuian Goodra confirmed for the game too, followed by Klefki, Phantom, Trevenant. Then we have Pumpkaboo and Gourgeist, Bergmite, Avalugg, and of course Hisuian Avalugg as well. Noibat, Noivern. I don't think Noivern's getting a Mega, but we also have, of course, Zygarde. Zygarde's 10% form, its complete form, and most likely also remember there's supposed to be a Mega for it too. And then finally, the Pokemon, like the two Pokemon that are beyond, like, I think Gen 6, like the only Pokemon that are beyond Gen 6 that are going to be in here is going to be Drampa, and then Mega Drampa, and Phalanx, as well as Mega Phalanx. So just that pretty much to summarize it. I think that's pretty much the list, fellas. So yeah, thank you all for watching this video. I hope this was a conclusive list as of what we have right now. Keep in mind, I will make an updated video of this in the future once we have the entire game